Hey there, Leo. Welcome to Eyes to See Tarot and your general freestyle for the upcoming weeks ahead. This is a general reading and does not necessarily revolve around love and relationships, but, if it comes up in the reading, I'll be sure to let you know. Full card at the bottom of the deck, so I have some new movement, right? All right, and honestly, your overall energy for the read is kind of player. Kind of gives me player vibes. So there, you could be trying to decide between two people, right? Which there's no judgment here. It's a self-progressive channel. I'm just trying to get you through it. All right, can you tell me a little bit more about Leo's overwhelming energy? Okay, so, all right, and there being some red flags. Say there's some red flags. Say that this person works too much, or this one is too clingy. There's some sort of overwhelming red flags that you're just not wanting to accept, right? Or you're accepting that that's just the way they are, and it's kind of making your decision easier. If I'm talking to you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's something that you're accepting that's making the decision easier. But you're looking for clarification, huh? You're looking for proof. I see an uprooting. I have to look at what that card is. Okay, so somebody is maybe a little spiteful, not wanting to work with you. They go out of their way to challenge you, Leo. They go out of their way to challenge you, or do what they're not supposed to do, or do what you ask them not to do, right? I asked you not to do that with your forehead. Well, so let's see. And one actually has hope. So it's obvious right there in front of you. What is one of them ugly or something? Is the one that has hope broke? Right? Like what do you need me for? All right. So this is where we're going to start on the reading. If this is not your reading, please check back in a couple of weeks. You're the hangman. So you're still just hanging around trying to figure out which one to invest all of your time with. Or are you just justifying the need for two? Because then if you're not necessarily completely 100% invested in one or the other, then maybe you're afraid of commitment. Are you a commitment phobe, Leo? So let's dig a little bit deeper. I'm going to be inspecting you. I'm going to be inspecting your feelings and emotions, thoughts and emotions about it. I'm going to be inspecting person one, and I'm going to be inspecting person two. I don't know if I have enough decks for this, but we're going to start where we start, and we're going to get through it the best way we can. Yeah? Let's start with you, right? Three of Swords. Okay, so maybe I did call it. Maybe you do have the underlying issue that you're a bit of a commitment phobe, right? And as long as you're playing the field, or you have to, then you don't have to have one. And there is the Eight of Swords in reverse. This is a card of becoming aware of one's own BS, right? I don't have to lock myself in the bathroom anymore. There's a kitchen, a living room, there's a pool billiard room, you know? And honestly, the way that I have them set up, they look like they're like mirror imaging, like looking at each other, right? In the reflection pool. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm just saying, Leo, there's a possibility I don't have to check on these two people. It is a self-progressive channel, so I figure that we're pretty much to blame for everything that goes on in our life. We're also in control, right? It's really not left up to the fates. It's how we play our hand. It's not even necessarily the cards we're dealt, is it? It's how we play our hand. Can I have a little bit more on Leo's overall energy, please? No. Knight of Wands. You still have needs, right? Yes, we all do. We all still have needs. We have needs, desires, but this is when this one that doesn't want to work with you, that's fighting against you, might be a little bit of fiery energy, a little bit of a rebel, right? That one sounds fun. The one that has hope, you probably want to leave them to somebody who has their shit together, because Leo, I don't think you do. You know, so you might want to leave the good ones for the good people. You take the discount stuff. Please don't delete me. Look, okay, I'm just trying to be real here. Leave the good ones for the good people. So that's why this is a self-progressive channel, honestly, because if we're not working on ourselves, then what are we actually doing? Okay, Six of Cups. And you're a hopeless romantic? Oh, Lord, Leo. You have needs, you're a hopeless romantic, but you're playing two people. Or maybe you're not playing them, maybe you're just trying to decide between them. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start looking into the other people because, you know, I have the Six of Swords. It says moving away from pain, moving away from a traumatic situation, moving away from negative thought processes, and see how she's on the bird? She's on the bird, she's on the crow, and she's flying away, right? So there's a lot of troubles that you're allowing to go under the bridge like they don't affect you, right? Trying to bring yourself up, but it's a little bit more than that. So we're going to dig deeper into that before we leave. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and check out your people, because some people want to know about their people, you know? All right. All right. Okay, person one. How about that person one for my Leos? The rebel. Rebel, rebel. Okay, let's check out the rebel. Let's check out the red flag rebel for my Leos. Ace of Pentacles, right? Nine of Pentacles in reverse. They're so ornery. They are so rebel-y, right? Am I not turtle enough for the Turtle Club? Yes, they are definitely rebel-y enough for the Rebel Club. They probably don't have a penny to their name, but there is a prospect here for some sort of stability. There's prospect here for some sort of stability. Of course, when it came down to it, you'd probably be the one supporting y'all, right? With the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, they're not really consistent enough to have created their own little nest or nest egg in this world, right? And I'm not talking about just having their own apartment, having their own job. I'm talking about they're not at that point where it's going to, they're so promising. There's so much potential here that they often run into potential and start it, but I don't think they have a lot of follow through or commitment. Like when it comes to commitment issues, this person has commitment issues, right? Mainly towards jobs, probably because of authority figures. Now, if you're coming as an authority figure or a guiding light or a mothering figure into this person's life, you might find the water's just a little bit more rocky than if you were to just sit beside them and watch them pilot their ship into that rock and into that tree and into that walrus. You know what I'm saying? Till y'all finally get swallowed up by a whale. But it would be fun. At least it'd be fun, right? I see the Empress. I see potential too. They probably see potential. But it's just the follow through. It's the aspect of commitment and follow through and authority. They probably have this issue with authority, and it's what triggers them to get kicked out of everything that they think that they have potential in. Does that make any sense? Okay, Leo, you're a fixed sign and you're fire, right? What's to say that you'll be able to successfully maneuver and handle this relationship, this red flag rebel, right? Y'all are liable to clash a little bit. Do you want to tell me more, or we're stopping at the Empress? Okay, so we're going to stop at the Empress right there. And we're going to look into the star. Could be an Aquarius. It could be a Scorpio and an Aquarius. Could be a dancer or an artist or a musician. The Aquarius is also like the muse of the tarot deck, right? Okay. First to mind, they're not very compassionate or empathetic, right? They're kind of matter-of-factly, probably a little bit hurtful in their inflexibility for character defects. Does that make any sense? Okay, they're going to hurt your ego. They're going to damage your pride, right? Which sometimes makes people very, very attractive, because what goes on is I have that innate desire to people please, right? If I can just please this one, if I can just do this really, really hard job, then all the other jobs will be easier, right? I don't know where I'm getting my information from. I just let it, really. Don't judge me. It looks like it has the best potential to progress. Okay, one's going to be really, really fun, but aggravating, you know? And honestly, I'd say that they're really not mature enough for you to build anything long-term with. right? Because they're kind of probably a little bit self-sabotaging because they have not mastered their bane for authority. Okay, and then the one that has hope, the musician or whatever kind of arts person this is. It could be an Aquarius, could just be artsy fartsy. Like I said, the incompassionate one, the one that literally will come out of nowhere and tell you that your fly's unzipped and walk away like it's not even a big deal while you're sitting there sniveling on your own spit. You know, bottom of the deck, I see that that's the best chance for balance. But what's going to happen is the first one, you'll be able to be a masculine figure, right? And kind of guard them and guide them. They'll feed your ego because you know you're helping them. It's going to be a tug of war. You're going to be move from apartment to apartment, or they're going to switch jobs every other week. You two are going to get into some kind of arguments because they're intentionally bucking against you. They don't even know why they're rebelling. You know, you tell them you're allergic to cheese, and all of a sudden, you know, there's cheesecake, there's ice cream, there's parfaits, there's everything in the icebox that has that, because there's some kind of weird little twisted miscommunication where you focus, right? Right? I don't think they really do it intentionally, but at the same time, there's that short in their wire, you know, where you'll find sometimes you question if they're like literally challenging you. They're like stuck, right? Now, the Aquarius or the musician or whoever they are, the one, like I said, it's going to probably hurt your feelings, right? Because it's not that they lack compassion, it's just that, or really lack empathy, it's just they're not as coddling, right? They're not as they're kind of like the difference between the mom that kisses the boo-boo when the baby falls and the mom says, "Get up, what, you hurt my table, look, you hurt my table." Okay, so there's a better possibility of balance with this person, right? Succeeding, but you're going to have to be available to take the hits and work on yourself, your triggers, because this person's going to trigger you, right? Trigger heartbreak, trigger, being naive, trigger some sort of secret keeping, need to secret keep, or have privacy, right? Or things that you are trying to keep private, like your relationship with your mother in the 3rd grade. You know, things like that. They're going to challenge these things. They're going to bring them to the surface. And the Page of Wands, your inability to communicate clearly or to pick up on messages, right, clearly. So, if I was to vote for you, I mean, if you came here to decide, I'm going to go ahead and stick my big fat foot into the opinion, so here it is. I'd go for the Aquarius or the musician or whoever that is. The dancer. I said dancer earlier. You know, the artsy-fartsy one, right? The one that seems to lack compassion or seems to be like brutally negating your feelings or emotions or the fact that you have any. This one has the most possibility of potential, but you have to come to this ready to work on yourself, ready to work through your flaws, ready to work through your problem areas, because they're going to challenge them, right? Hey Leo, are you a top or a bottom? I just want to know. Just wanting to know. It's going to help me help you make a decision, I think. I think it's pertinent information. All right. All right, now let's get advice from the cards because, I mean, like, who am I really? Can you tell me, can you give me some advice for Leo? Give me some advice for Leo. In this decision that they got to make. Oh, no. Why always so many? I'm just messy. Let's do that again. Let's not do that again. That came out. Okay. So there are some things that are keeping you stuck and blinded. Petty BS, like competitive, needing to win things or needing to win arguments. It's going to keep you stuck because there's going to be some missed opportunities for growth because you're sitting around talking about it instead of making a decision. And do you want to see these cards? You want to see the cards, huh? Yeah, you do. It's funny. Okay, it's probably not really funny, but okay, so okay, so the Eight of Swords is like keeping the blind, self-limiting. It's self-limiting. It really is. Focusing on overly justifying certain decisions, that keep you stuck in a repeating pattern of, see the Five of Swords right there? Right? That challenge, that competition, the competitive behavior, the I'm going to win, and this whole little Page of Pentacles, right? With the Four of Swords. So the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Swords in this spreads leads me to believe that I'm gonna give just a little bit of myself, and then I can rest easy knowing this, right? But I'm going to keep repeating the pattern anyway, right? I'm going to keep repeating the pattern anyway of charging forward, can't make a decision between two people, and end up having like three, right? All right. So this is your stuckness. Okay. I have the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Two of Cups in reverse, the Death in reverse, and the Page of Swords. I see, you know what else I see? I see continuing to look this way and think this way, this immature way, is keeping you locked into a cycle where there's never going to be equal give and take, and it's eventually going to lead to a lack of passion. It's like, it's going to be like this over desensitization of intimate and connections that eventually seems to stop working because of desensitizing, right? Because the overall is that Ten of Cups in reverse. So this is your... This is the rudest message I've ever heard. Because I did ask for advice and I got this, right? Keep going around in circles until you get tired of chasing your tail. Until you realize exactly how exhausting what you're doing is. Because if you don't realize exactly how exhausting and how damaging what you're doing is, then you're going to keep justifying it, right? But if I was you, I'd listen to me and not the cards. Just we're really on the same team. Anyway, this thing that you find yourself in currently, if you're the Leo that I'm talking to, if you're not, I guess you're just here because it's entertaining to watch me. I don't blame you. So the advice is to stay in this cycle of second guessing and justifying and, evading where where you can find growth. Because when I first pulled it, what I got to, the realization I got to was that I had just told you, I had just told you that if you want it to be the bigger person or the guiding light or something like that, or have a good time and never really go anywhere, you could be the helpful person, right? The stabilizing force in this little tornado's world, right? Or or you could go to the artist one, the one that's going to, pick and poke at the places that you need change and healing and growth. They're going to challenge you to grow and do better, right? In the areas of obsession and past heartbreak and keeping secrets from people, keeping them out of the loop and stuff like that. I know you got a habit of doing that. And failure to communicate. They're going to challenge those areas in you and help you grow past if you allow yourself to be in that relationship with that person and committed to that person. And then what I heard from there, remember, was that that's not the message that you wanted to hear. I didn't give you the message that you wanted to hear. I didn't tell you what you wanted to hear, right? So then all this fell out, all this big mess, saying then go ahead, then do it your way. Stay in that little merry-go-round as long as you want, because there's going to come a time where this is going to exhaust you and it's not going to feed the serotonin in your brain cell anymore, and then leave. Like, the only benefit that I had for this kind of behavior was physical, intimate kind of, not intimate, intimate levels, real shallow, right? That there would come a time where it wouldn't even fuel you anymore anyway. And until you got there, you probably wouldn't even really officially appreciate something that was sent to lift you, repair you, and examine all the spots that you need to heal, right? So, with that being said, Leo, that's pretty much all I do have for you. We got to take a look at you and fuss. We got to take a look at your emotions. We got to take a look at person A and what we go on there, and we got to take a look at person B, and then we got your advice. I think I just turned you around in circles, but a couple of you, I bet that light bulb went off and you will make a damn good decision. I have a lot of really good faith in you, Leos. So, thanks for stopping by at Eyes to See Tarot. I hope to see you really, really again soon, and it was a pleasure reading for you. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks.